Last word.
Thank you so much for tuning in to The Last Word for Now. I'm Denise Jackson, along with my co-host, Arthur Wilberforce, and columnist David Squires. Well, the topic is Black folks supporting Black folks. And two of the names that have been out there lately, Henry Louis Gates Jr. and Michael Vick. Let's start with Henry Louis Gates Jr., Mr. Levice. What do you think about that?
Well, like I said in a previous segment, Gates has not disappointed in terms of me saying that he is out of touch. And now they go and they have this Bear Summit, and what comes out of the Bear Summit? Oh, you know, how we are now buddies and we get along, and the whole issue of talking about blacks and how we treat it in the criminal justice system, that has all, in an honest discussion about race, has started to fall by the wayside, because Gates is an example of a lot of African Americans who are in a position to do more, but when it comes to the issue of race, they only do what they do to the extent that it serves their own personal interests. And then when it comes to the broader community, all of a sudden now that discussion is starting to fall to the wayside.
Now, you don't sound like you're supporting Gates.
Well, because Gates is really not being supportive of the black community when it comes on these issues.
Well, you know, one thing that I saw early on was that, and you see this a lot in the black community, a lot of blacks did not hesitate to criticize Gates. And I feel like if a man is being arrested in his own home, you've got to support a man, I don't care what color he is, being arrested in his own home. The cop went too far. However, as is problematic with our people, you know, once you give us a piece of cheese, it's okay, Mr. Child. Gates, he go to the White House, he has a beard, the man don't apologize, and now he out there goof off. Yeah, I went to the White House, yeah, we had a good time, we barely, I'm like, dude, I mean,
people really suffering.
Now he forgot the 1 million brothers who are in prison and jail. He's forgotten them. He went to the White House, now he's fine. It's almost like when he was arrested, they had thrown him into the same pile with the other disenfranchised blacks.
So now he got his fists up.
They took him out of the pile,
right.
And now, oh yeah, I was on TV. I had the White House with my buddy Obama.
To me, you sound like you're surprised, that you're disappointed.
I'm disappointed. The brother needs to still have the fire in the belly. I've been watching a lot of discussion about this issue, and one of the key comments came from Tim Wise. Did you see that piece?
Yeah, I saw that. Yep, I saw that piece on CNN. I mean, what he was talking about is that, again, in this society, racism has had an effect on both whites and blacks. And if you want to have an honest discussion about race and move forward, you got to be able to recognize your own racism within yourself, on the black side as well as on the white side. And then, well, in a sense, bigoted. But in the sense of, you got to be able to be honest about how this society has affected you.
Right.
And I believe that there are whites and blacks and Hispanics and Asians who want to have an honest discussion about race. But if we continue to have these incidents that come up that could be teaching moments, and then all of a sudden, once we get our time at the White House and have a couple of beers and it goes back to the same old thing, that's not support. And the ironic thing is that Gates' own daughter Elizabeth was there, and she wrote a piece on the Daily Beast that talked about how this Bear Summit has been a lost moment. And that doesn't lend itself to supporting black people and really going to the true issue.
But a lot of people think that they didn't learn anything from this particular moment, that it was not a teachable moment. They feel like it's more less race and more class, in a sense. The professor and the police officer. This is my authority, but this is my position. Who do you think you are? No, who do you think you are?
Right.
A generational brother.
Yeah, that's always really part of it. But when the color skin thing is there, that's going to be in that mix. Yeah. The thing that Tim Wise said was that Tim Wise is a white guy,
right,
anti-racism movement, great speaker. He said he was getting on a plane, and he noticed the pilot and the co-pilot were black. And in his head, the impulse was, can these two guys really fly this plane? But he checked himself.
Right.
He checked himself, and he went on, sit down.
That's real.
It's real, and that happens to every white man, every black man. You get these certain impulses. But to have a real honest discussion on race, the white people who make up the majority of the population, they got to understand their impulses and not get angry when they have an impulse. Say, oh, I ain't racist, but deal with it and move ahead.
And the black people.
Outside of that,
Go ahead.
though, a lot of white people feel like when they do have a discussion on race, they don't end up with another black person or whoever. They just end up getting offended by the black person. Like, no. So it's like the black person, on the other hand, has to look at it as a teachable moment.
Right, but if we keep letting these potential teachable moments pass like this, because we got individuals who are in a position to do more, but again, when it only serves their personal interest, just like Clarence Thomas, when he was under pressure, he said, "Oh, this is a high-tech lyncher."
Right.
All of a sudden he remembered. But then now he's in a position to do more, to move the needle for all of us, for all people.
Clarence Thomas, that's another
Let's go to another brother, a local brother.
Yeah, let's go to Vic.
Who's dangling? Mike Vick. He's dangling right now. That brother can't get a job in the NFL.
Jesse spoke up for him.
I'm not feeling
Is that
Jesse.
a good thing, though?
Jesse needs to behave. Shut up. Doug Williams spoke up for him. The commissioner said he's surprised the team hadn't picked him up. Warren Moon, Hawkins quarterback.
Tony Dungy.
Tony Dungy, right.
Mentor now.
So why is Mike Vick on the sideline?
And we need more fans and more African American fans, to people to speak to this injustice about the man has done his time. He's prepared, ready to go into the NFL. People ought to be supporting and speaking out and saying, look, give the man a chance.
Owners claim to be scared of this whole situation, but let me tell you a quick story. My nephew came home today, and he goes, guess what, Auntie Niece? And I go, what? He said, I saw Michael Vick today. And I said, really? He said, yes, he came to the camp, he spoke to us, he told us about making good decisions and, you know, watching who you surround yourself with. He signed this T-shirt and he signed all the kids. The kids wanted to jump on him.
Right.
And I asked him, I said, well, what did you think about what he did? He's like, I really don't care. I'm just glad to see him, glad to meet him and everything.
Right.
If you're concerned about the youth, this is an example of the youth. They want to see him.
Right.
It's better that he's on the field. They like him. And before all this happened, he was a likable guy.
Right.
Well, the man served his time.
Right.
Man did 2 years, $100 million. It's just like in the old days. It wasn't enough to just hang a brother, but you had to hang him, castrate him, tar and feather him, set him on fire. And I think that's the last word.
For now.
Last word.